Hey guys, welcome back to Hisense Arena, R&B Fridays Live, the final show of what has been a massive tour around Australia, and Melbourne has definitely brought the energy, as well as some of the biggest R&B stars on the planet out to perform for you guys. We've had them here, and if you've got any questions for any of them, make sure you pop it in the comments. But very excited to be joined by a girl who's just gotten up stage. Maya, hello.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm so good. How's this tour been for you, the R&B Fridays Live shows? Because this is the last one.
So amazing.
Amazing?
Yes, amazing.
How has Melbourne been in particular? And there is a correct answer to this.
Well, we opened up in Melbourne outside of the tour, and
Right.
we did like a lounge. So this is
Right.
a treat. And, you know, my dancers are actually from Melbourne. So this was a treat for them as well as
this
for
is
me.
their hometown crowd.
Yes, hometown. All of the families out cheering.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
just
you've
so
got
inspiring.
you pick dancers from Melbourne when you come out
Yeah.
here. How did you
Uh-huh.
get in touch with them? Like, how
Well,
did you?
when I came to Australia a couple of years ago, I worked with a girl named Bree Kent, and she has her own entertainment company where she provides
out to
all of
Bree.
the dancers. Yeah, shout out to Bree. Dancers in Australia, so you don't necessarily have to always bring your dancers from the United
Yeah.
States or the international territories.
So
yeah.
you just hit her up and
Yeah, I was
she's
like,
from
Bree, I'm
Melbourne.
doing this tour. Are you available? You know, how many dancers do you have available? So we made it
Yeah.
happen.
And you've been out here a couple of times recently. Like, it wasn't too long ago you were here in Melbourne. I want to say it was like
was.
6 months ago or something
Last
like
year
that.
in October.
Wow, okay. I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But what keeps you coming back?
Oh, it's full of energy, full of life. Beautiful place. Australia's huge, you know. But Melbourne in particular, like I said, I have friends here now, and I have
Yeah.
people that I work with closely.
Yep.
And shout out to Joe Daddick as well. And now, who booked me here? Mel, you know,
Yeah.
from Arena Entertainment.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're just hearing the bass.
I
It's
know.
Like, we're directly beneath the stage right now. This is it's a huge show. What's it like working with these artists? Have you known many of the artists on this R&B Fridays Live lineup before
Yeah.
tonight?
Well, I have a song with Kevin Little. We actually recorded a song and shot the video in his hometown, Grenadines Islands.
Right.
Last year. It's called Bum Bum. And we met during a show in Papua New Guinea 2 years ago. So we've recorded in my studio in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And his wife Jackie's here. So I know them. They're like family now.
Yeah, yeah.
And Blackstreet and I have a song together
Yes.
way back in the day, 1998, the Rugrats theme song, Take Me There.
Yes. Oh my
So
God.
it's been a treat hanging out with them.
Yep.
We did a video years ago, like 18 years ago. Montel Jordan and I, and Nelly and I have been on tour together, and I met TLC in the same studio in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
When I was 16 recording.
God.
So we've worked with the same producers. And
So it must
it's
be
amazing.
it must be like a reunion
Yeah.
coming here and doing the show, and you walk
It
down
is.
like the hall out there, which is all the dressing rooms, and you've got TLC, you've got Blackstreet
so
all next to
cool.
each other. It must be so cool to catch up with
It
everybody.
is, and to watch everyone's shows is a
Yeah.
treat because I know all of the songs. You know,
Did you get a chance to see the other shows?
Yes,
Did you get
I
a chance to
did.
see everyone's performances?
Not tonight.
Not tonight, but you have, 'cause it's
you
been-
know, yeah, I've seen TLC, I've seen 112, Blackstreet, Nelly, Kevin, like so many people, and it's a treat for me, you know, to be able to be on shows with other artists and sing along to the songs that I even grew up on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw a bit of your set tonight, and I saw all of it last week in Sydney, and you're an amazing performer and on stage, phenomenal. Like,
Thanks.
so great to watch. What do you have a secret to how you can keep going on stage and doing that level of bringing that level of energy and delivering that kind of
Sleep,
right? Yeah.
just sleep.
I can't imagine you've had a lot of that over the past 7 days or so, because that's
No.
pretty impressive.
No city to city travel, but you know, we make it happen.
We got some questions on Facebook, so if you got a question for Maya, who we're hanging out with tonight, pop it in the comments real quick. Couple of shout outs. So could you do a shout out to Maddie and Athena?
Shout out to Maddie and Athena. How are you guys?
Guys, I hope you guys are good. Who is your inspiration? Is a question coming in on Facebook. I suppose that could be, that's a pretty broad question, but
So many
are there any
people.
artists in particular? Or
Artists, yes. Prince is one of my favorite artists of all time. Sheila E. is also a fashion icon, but also a percussionist. One of my favorite musicians, females, by the way. And you guys inspire me always because all of the messages and some of the letters or comments that you've made regarding certain songs and what they've done for you, that keeps me going, you know, making music. So
pretty relatable lyrical content, like Case of the X, for example. Like, you know, I'm sure there's it's one of those, it's a classic song because the lyrics are something that so many people can relate to and so many people have I'm sure, been through. Where did that come from, and how did you? Was that a personal experience, or was that just?
At the time, it wasn't my personal experience.
Yeah.
I had a couple of girlfriends that, it was very relatable for.
Yeah.
And later on in life, I was going through it. Not too long ago, like 3 years
Right.
ago, the guy that I left, his ex started coming back around, and I found messages in his text inbox, and I started.
Could you tell it was his
questioning
ex
him.
by his tone?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happens. And later on in life, I experienced the real deal of the song.
And it's got to be crazy having something that would connect, a song like that would connect with so many people on a deep level.
It sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah. Like what? But
that
what's it
people
like?
are going through that. Yeah.
What's it like? I mean, obviously, that experience is not that great. But what's it like going out? And I'm sure, I don't know, because when you're on stage up there in front of the 15,000 people that are up there above us right now, I know it kind of looks like just a big blur of people and like camera phones and stuff. Like it looks like one big crowd. But do you ever stop and look in someone's eyes out there in the crowd?
Absolutely.
And just really realize that what you're singing is connecting on a one-to-one level with that person? And what is that like?
Yeah. For me, because I've gone to concerts, and when I've gone back into my memory bank and how that song made me feel when I was listening to my little pink boombox with a little cassette tape, and singing the song or recording it from the radio, it struck a nerve in my soul, and it made me feel a certain way, whether it was a lyric or whether it was a chord in the music. And that connects to where I was in my life, what perfume I was wearing, what drama I might have been going through, what I was unsure of, what I wanted to be when I grew up. Just moments in time. So it's definitely done that for me as far as music and other artists' songs. And I'm very aware of that. You're kind of in the moment, trying not to trip and trying not to break heels and stuff.
Got to stand in the right
But
spots of the stage and
when
do
you're
the
on
right
stage,
moves, and there's a lot of
around all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not about you. It's about the people, and always connecting and making sure that they are elevated before they leave the venue. That's what it's all about.
And looking at the crowd tonight, I think they definitely connected with you, and they had an amazing time. It was pretty.
I did too. It was
pretty
fun.
incredible. Was the Melbourne crowd better than the other cities that you've done in Australia?
Melbourne was lit.
Yes.
I'm going to say that.
Lit! You heard it from
Lit.
Maya Melbourne. You guys were lit.
#lit.
A couple of questions coming in from Facebook. Are you planning a return to Australia? I know that's quite a lot to ask, considering you just here not long ago and now you're here again. We want more of you.
I might not have to ever return if I move here.
Great. Where would you move? What city would you move? There is a correct answer. Again.
I have to figure it out. I've always been working in Australia, and I've never actually taken a break. And that's what I'm going to do this year before January 1st.
We'd love to adopt you into the country.
Yeah, I'm going to take a break and experience, maybe go to Alice Springs and go see the Great Barrier Reef. The world's largest reef in the world. So I'm going to explore.
Lastly, if anyone else has any last questions or wants shout outs or whatever, just put them in the comments. Melinda, and it's not Tanya, it's Tanaya, is that right?
Oh, Tanaya.
Just making sure that's not a typo by Brie, our producer over there. Could you give a shout out to Melinda and Tanaya?
Hey, what's up, Melinda and Tanaya? I hope you guys are doing wonderful tonight, wherever you are. Sending you many blessings. Mwah.
Amazing. Well, I'll let you go because you've been on stage already tonight. You've entertained 15,000 people in Melbourne and brought all your energy and your loveliness and your talent. And so thank you.
Thank you guys for
It's
having
wonderful
me.
to have you here in Melbourne, and it's a pleasure to be able to chat to you. So, Maya, thank you so much for dropping by.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.